Another day, another job. Today's video is another video tutorials on Samsung A70. This is how to remove and replace A70 LCD display screen. And I am not going to waste time, I'm straight going to dive into it. But this video tutorials is straight coming from iPro Repairs with your man Money. Right. Before I get into it, you always know how I do my work. You have to turn the phone off. This phone is definitely off. The screen is completely blank because it's broken underneath. The LCD is broken underneath. And so it's no showing any pictures or anything, so it's just blank. So first thing to do is to take out the SIM card, the SIM tray. Where is it? There we are. This is where it is. I'm going to pop it out and stick it on one side. And I've been warming the back because it is the first thing to remove before I start disassembling the whole thing. So I've been warming the back for a while. So I'll leave it for another few seconds and then I'll straight dive into it. Then I am sure it will be ready. Yeah, but now it feels a bit warmed anyway. Let me pause this video. Hey yo, so I'm back again now. I am going to take off the back so I can get to take off the rest of the components and remove and replace the screen. So first of all, I've got my tool here, which is very flexible, flat, and sharp as well. And that is going to pry along the back to find a space to operate along so I can take up the back nicely without causing any damage. So I've finally found a little space and I'm going to utilize the space very well by prying along the edges. Nice and gentle, smooth as well. And it looks like things are taking in shape very well for me. It is nicely warmed, so it is cutting through the adhesive easily. That's why it's good to warm it up properly. So when you're taking it off, it comes out easily and nicely. Okay. There we go. Then try and look for my long spacer. We'll try and cut through all the adhesives so I can easily take off, yeah, the back. There we go. There we go. It's working. Now there we go. Okay. It's coming off. Almost there. Okay. I thought I was going to have an easy ride. Yeah, we're almost there, guys. Okay, it's out. There we go. This is the back. I'm going to set it aside, and you can see we'll have to turn this off now, the heating plate off, heating mat, and that is off. I don't need it again, at least for now, hopefully. So now we've got screws that needs to come out, so I can get to remove the middle frame too. So I'm straight going to start removing the screws. How many screws have we got here? Let me count them. All the screws are the same size and lengths on these sides, so you don't need to worry about how to arrange them in order. You can put them anywhere and group them together as well. So we have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 screws. Okay, so without wasting time, let me straight start getting everything out by unscrewing all of them as quick as I can to save myself some time. Okay, okay, this is out, 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 and then we've got one more here hidden by the adhesive. Okay, this is also out. So we've got 7 screws out already. How many remaining? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. It's 14. The bottom has 7 and the top has 7. So all in all is 14 screws. And again, this is how to disassemble and remove and replace Samsung A70 screen. And by watching this video, you will be able to replace your own screen, your own battery, your own charging port, front and back camera if needed, and also vibration motor and a lot more. And you can also swap the motherboard if you want, if there is any problem with the motherboard. So I am going to do all in one go, just in one work, by replacing the screen. There we go. Again, I will need my metal spacer around here or anywhere that I can find easy space or access between the screen and the middle frame. And luckily I found some space here. So I'm going to start prying around to take off the middle frame. There we go. There we go. So now I'm going to start using my nail. Now that I've found space, start using my nail. You can feel it clicking out and you can hear the sound. There we go. Now the middle frame is out, exposing the battery, the motherboard, and the charging port, or the daughter board. I'll set the middle frame aside and straight start working on how to dismantle everything and replace the screen. So first of all, what I have to do is to disconnect the battery. So if there is any power in the battery, it wouldn't be working at the moment if it's disconnected. So now this is the main connector that connects the motherboard to the daughter board. The daughter board consists of the charging port as well, and that is what the screen connects to, and then connects to the main cable to the motherboard as well. So without wasting time, there are two screws holding the daughter board on here. I'm going to take them out first. Disconnect this cable here and take these two screws out. Let's see. Okay, this is out now. Put it aside. And then on the main motherboard, we have another tiny screw that pins the motherboard to the back of the screen, which I've taken out now. I'll set it aside here, and I'm going to take out. This is the network cable, which I'm going to take off. Nice and easy. There we go. And then I'll take it off from here too. There we go. Be very, very nice so you don't break it, and take it out of the groove and set it aside. Okay, so I'm going to disconnect this now, the main cable of the motherboard and the daughter board. This is it. There we go. That it's also off. Set it aside. Now I am going to disconnect the screen of the daughter board so I can remove the daughter board easily. And the daughter board, it's glued down to the screen, so you have to use your metal spacer to go underneath a bit. This is warm already, so it's easy to take it out. If you're doing yours and you find it a bit difficult, you can warm the back a bit or the front of the screen a bit to give it that easy removal. So this is the daughter board, as you can see. And now it's time to remove the front camera. There we go. Set it aside, and I will take off the motherboard, the main engine. Okay, and the back camera, it's connected to the motherboard, and it's easy. You can just remove the clips just like that. One clip here and two there, because there are 3 cameras, and then just pop it out. It's easy. So I'll set it aside, and now I will attempt to remove the speaker, the earpiece, with my tweezers. There we go. So it's out. Okay. There we go. This is the earpiece. That's removed as well. Set it aside. And I'm going to take out the vibrating motor by using my tweezers. And I hope it gives me an easy ride too. There we go. It's coming off. There we go. And set that one aside as well. Now the almighty battery as well. Usually we use a bit of what is it called, alcohol all around this sides, this bit and that bit and that bit, to soften the glue. But I am going to warm. I can also do the same job by warming the front of the screen a bit. That will loosen the adhesive on the back of the battery. So that's what I am doing now. I'm warming the back of the screen a bit, or the front of the screen, so that I can take off the battery easily. But as the screen is getting warmed up, I'm going to take out my new screen and inspect it. So this is the new screen. Okay, I'll put the comments, I'll put the what is it called, the description, and I'll put the name of my supplier in the description below. So if you want it, you can get it from there. I shop online as well if my supplier doesn't have it. This is the new screen, my friends. This is the new screen. It hasn't got anything on there. It comes bare. So I am going to put all the things that I took off the old screen onto the new screen. So now let me look after this battery. I think it's warmed up a bit, and I am going to use this metal spacer to see if I can pry along a bit. It's not the best idea, but this is quite strong. It's easy when you use the glue remover or the adhesive remover. You spray underneath it and leave it for a few minutes. It dissolves all the glue, so you can take it off easily. So bear that in mind, that you have that option. But because of time constraints, I like to remove it this way. But if you are not bound by time, just do it the easiest way. There we go. And she's out. Okay. Now stress is over. So I'll set the old screen aside and then remove the glue residue on the back of the battery. Possibly just straighten it a bit, because yeah, there we go. The battery is removed now and it's out. So straight, I'm going to take my new one and start setting everything upon the new screen. So I'll take the plastics off. There we go. This one off as well. And that one off. That one off. There we go. Yeah. Okay. First thing I like to do is to put a double-sided tape on here that will hold the battery down. I'll put just 2. You can put 3 if you want, but I just want to put just enough to hold it. So next time, just in case it comes to me again and I want to remove it, it will not be too hard for me to remove it. There we go. There we go. And I'll sit the battery in. Sitting in. I'll set the daughter board also in. Doesn't matter which one you put first, because nothing is blocking anything. So just put it the way you deem fit. So I will put this component here. And screw it down. For grounding. To hold it firm. Yep. And then click it in. There we go. So it's connected to the daughter board now. And I am just going to click or connect the screen to the motherboard. It's connected to the motherboard now. Nice and easy. Now I'm going to put the motherboard in. No, before I do that, the vibrating motor will have to go down there, because the motherboard will sit on top. So vibrating motor goes in first. Okay, can possibly put the speaker, that's the ear speaker, the earpiece, down there as well first. You know what? It needs a little bit of, tiny bit of adhesive there to hold it down. And my adhesive usually is the B7000, just a tiny bit. There we go. That is done. Then I'll stick the speaker in there, the earpiece. There we go. So now the motherboard sits here and it sits flush. Yeah, put it there again. Just want to check if it's all right. Yeah, I think so. And then we've got the tiny black screw that holds the motherboard down to the screen. So that goes in first to hold the motherboard down. There we go. That is down. And also we've got the network cable. I am going to connect it and lay it down the grooves nicely. Yep. This is the bit that I don't like, that stresses me, because I've got bigger fingers and that doesn't go with the job well. Because of nowadays, the phones are everything, all the components are tiny, screws, everything tiny. Okay, let me see. Let me put the cable in the grooves and see if that's gonna help me. Okay, let me connect the upper one first. Maybe doesn't matter which one you connect first, as far as they all get in or gets connected, and that's good. Otherwise you might not get signal. There we go. That one is in, and I hope this one listens to me now. There we go. Okay, so that is done. Now I'm going to put the main cable that connects the daughter board to the motherboard on. There we go. That is connected here, and then I'll connect it to the motherboard too. That's done. Okay, now camera goes on. That's the front camera. Job done. Seems everything is in now, and I'm going to connect the battery lastly and try and test it. So I'll put the battery in now. Battery is also playing up. It's being naughty. Doesn't want to get in the. Come on, buddy, get in. There we go. That is in now. All right. So I am going to put the middle frame on now. I'm going to put the middle frame on. And usually I like to put the top part in first, and then slowly and gently, firmly start working my fingers along the edges whilst it clips in and holds the screen. There we go. There we go. It's working nicely. She's happy. Okay, let me just turn on and see if it's working or not. There we go. A70 back on. She's happy, and as it turns on, I will just turn the back and possibly start screwing the screws in, so I don't waste much time. There we go. I just turn around so we can all see that the screen is okay and working. Very happy about that. There we go. I've got 11 more screws to put in. All right, the top button, the top part, it's almost done. Yeah, it's the last one now in for the top, for the bottom part of the phone. Now I'm starting the top part. 1 in, 6 remaining. Two. Nicely. 3. 4. 3 to go. Then we glue the back in or on. There we go. So done. Okay, quite happy. So done. Let's see. Screen is fantastic. Yeah. All okay. Yeah, she's happy. Can hear sound and everything as well, so I'm quite glad about that. All right, so I am going to put the back on now. So I have to put glue on, which my favorite glue or adhesive that I usually use is the B7000. That's a lot, like I said, and some of my videos. It does really good stuff. If you want to buy yours, you find the description online, or you find it in the description below, where I usually buy mine. Usually buy mine from my suppliers, but if I can't find it, I always go online. And eBay is one amazing source of foam parts. Amazon, fantastic. But if you want the cheapest, I prefer eBay. But you have to watch out for what you buy from both websites. And I've got one fantastic website as well, which you'll find all in the description. There we go. Okay. And then just nicely align it on top. Let it sit flush. If it's not sitting properly, then it's not aligned properly. So just make sure that it's aligned nicely. And mine has aligned nicely. I'm quite glad about that. And the next thing to do is to stick it. That's my own way of doing things. Stick it in the bubble wrap. I'll turn it off first if I can. Oh no. So I'll stick it in the bubble wrap. I don't know the code, unfortunately. Stick it in the bubble wrap. Like that. And I've got this here, clippers here, or clips. Then clip it around it like that. You can find all this, where I buy all these things, in the description below. So I'll clip it so that the back will set properly. And you can take this off after 10 minutes, or you can leave it a bit longer than that. There we go. And if you don't have these clips, what you can do is, if you put a bubble wrap on, or you can just put a towel on the table and then put the screen, put down the screen first on the towel, and then put another towel on the back of the phone, and then stick about 2 or 3 heavy books on it, and then that should set it properly as well. If you don't have these clips, there's always many ways to kill a cat. Okay, cheers guys, thanks very much for watching. And if you like this video, please give this a thumbs up, share, and also subscribe, which is massive for us. Thank you very much. Cheers.